All right, well, with some winter precipitation that we've seen overnight and even throughout the day today, the 5-week-long dry spell that the Southwest has been suffering from has come to an end. Despite that, though, many residents are still concerned that the predicted El Niño winter has turned into more of an El Nada. But is that really the case, or is an extended dry spell clouding our vision? I spoke with some local experts to find out more. A city covered in powder. It's a sight not uncommon during the winter months in northern Arizona, but this year, what should look like a winter wonderland looks more like a scene from spring. Yet, just a few months ago, climatologists predicted an El Niño weather system would bring record snowfall to the region.
There is a 70 to 80% probability northern Arizona is in for near or above normal precipitation this winter.
As many as 130 inches of snow are to be recorded this year.
For some people, this could spell disaster.
However, those El Niño predictions, a winter that has yet to come to fruition. And for the past few weeks, temperatures in the 60s, all because of an unforeseen twist from Mother Nature. Recently, the Southwest has been blocked by a strong eastern Pacific ridge of high pressure. This ridge is forcing the jet stream up into the Pacific Northwest, forming a sort of wall that's preventing any moisture from entering the high country, forcing conditions to remain warm and dry for an abnormally long time.
Dry spells are not uncommon in past El Niño winters. We've seen them happen. This one was a very atypical and very pronounced extended dry spell. 5 weeks in the middle of winter with very warm temperatures and no storms reaching the area.
So far, only 2 major snowstorms have come through the region. Luckily, they've been enough to keep us around average precipitation, but it hasn't been enough to relieve any stress on the city's water supply. With temperatures well above average, this ice left over from an early February storm is melting much faster than it normally would, meaning more water is being lost to evaporation and less is able to seep through the aquifer. Still, officials with the city weren't taken by surprise.
Year to year, we don't really hang our hat on anything early and make plans based on what could happen. We always wait till about the end of March to see what winter brought us.
Here in Flagstaff, Upper Lake Mary is a source of surface water, and the water levels there are a good indicator of what our supply looks like. Around this time last year, Lake Mary was about 28% full, and by the end of March, the lake had reached 69%, just above the city's goal. Today, Lake Mary sits about half full, with a few more weeks before water restriction decisions are made. Another potential victim of a drier than average winter, the forest. But forest officials don't seem to be concerned quite yet.
We've had a little bit of a lull here in the month of February where, we've got these warmer temperatures and our snowpack has come off a little bit faster. However, what they're tracking as far as the models are showing and the information they're giving us is that we can still expect, a pretty good chance that we're going to see some good precipitation throughout March and April.
If that is the case, fire season, which typically begins in late April, would be pushed back a few weeks to late May, something that happened just last year.
This year, with the moisture that we've received, it's not going to lead to a very intense fire season.
Despite the record-breaking winter, we may have prepared for falling short so far.
We're not in a crisis, and I don't foresee a crisis for 50 years at least.
So should residents in the high country be concerned that El Niño is about to leave us out to dry?
Here's the deal. I don't think we should be worried. I'm not a sky is falling person. There's been much drier seasons. We take what we can get. I wouldn't lose sleep over it.
All right, said like only Lee Born can. While forest officials are optimistic that this year's fire season could be a repeat of last year, water managers say we should be conscious of our water use.